Hey, 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 everyone. Yes, that's right. It's your princess in Suburbia, Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock. Of course, people call me the princess of Suburbia, the princess in Suburbia. And guess what? Now I'm your vision midwife. So guess what? I know it's been a long time, right? Well, I got some goodies for you today. Hang in there. We'll be right back. All right. So everyone, I have a wonderful sister here. Her name is Wendy Alexander. I'm going to have her introduce herself, and then we're going to be back talking about, what are we talking about first?
We are going to talk about confidence.
Confidence.
Yes,
so, Wendy,
confidence.
Can you just introduce yourself to our audience?
Yes, I would love to. My name is Wendy Alexander. I am a cross-cultural consultant as well as a business strategist. So what that means is I help people to build and brand their businesses here in the U.S. as well as internationally. I travel in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, other parts of the world. Also, I believe in virtual contracts as well. So I am your international person.
Yes. You know one thing though, I told them on Periscope, for those of you on Periscope, you know what? Go on the internet and just Google Periscope, because this is not going to be a teaching on Periscope.
No, it's not.
Anyhow, we met on Periscope,
yes,
right?
Yes, we did.
And this is the power of collaboration. A lot of people want to do things alone.
Yes,
they want to do things, particularly us women, right?
That's true. They say we don't get along together. That we can't work together.
Exactly. That's right.
And we're jealous.
That's right. But we're working together, right?
Yes. And guess what? Believe it or not, it's only been a week.
That's right.
It's only been a week.
I'm telling you. Now, let's talk about confidence.
Okay.
Let's segue into confidence here.
Okay.
All right. So, when you hear that word confidence, what does that mean to you?
It means that I actually believe in myself.
Okay.
That I'm also fearless.
Okay.
Also that I am my own competition.
Say that again.
I am my own competition.
So there's no need being worried about other people out there being your competition.
None.
You are your own. Explain
it.
That. I want them to know that. What does that mean to be your own competition?
So for me, actually, when it comes to the international piece, there are a lot of people out there who are actually doing international work, or they say they're a globalpreneur. Mm-hmm. But actually, I really don't care, to be honest. I'm happy for them.
That's right.
But I feel that what I'm doing is for me.
Mm-hmm.
That this is my journey, and this is my journey that God has given to me, and that there is no other competition. And if I start believing that there is other competition, then I feel that things that I'm trying to do will actually fall to the wayside, and it becomes someone else's journey.
Okay. So let's talk about business plan.
Okay. Oh.
Because you're saying that there is no competition, right?
Yes.
And we know there's a section in business plan.
That's right. It talks about
So how do you merge that? How do you understand how do you merge that? Those two things. You
find your niche.
Okay, you find your niche.
You have to actually narrow it down to your target audience. So a lot of times people will say, well, I'm actually going to target women.
That's too broad.
I'm going to target women from ages 25 to 65. And they are all over the world, and they come in different forms. And no, you actually have to narrow it down. And so actually, my target audience is a little different. My target audience overseas is actually men.
Men, yeah.
It is. But why? It's because of the culture, which is important for you to study. Right. And also talking about confidence, I have to have confidence in order to be able to actually train in front of 30 to 40 Muslim men as a woman. takes a whole lot of confidence.
That's right.
And so my target audience is actually men in the Middle East because of the culture, because women are actually not, they do not make the decisions because of the culture.
All right, so you're saying that women do not make decisions out there, which is something that I kind of experienced when I was in London a few weeks ago, because I went to speak on my book, How to Quit Your Job in 90 Days, and the audience were Muslim women. And when I had discussions with them, many of them, first of all, they didn't want to open up. But later on, they started open up, and there was that fear in them that they could not, they needed to do something, they wanted to do something, but they had that fear that if they did it, it would literally destroy their home. So how do we reconcile that from, we Americans, the way we were raised is a little bit totally different.
It is.
And so how do we reconcile, how have you been able to reconcile those two? Because you work there and then you're also here. So how did you reconcile those
as far
two?
as the women?
Yeah.
So that's great. I love that you asked me that question, because actually I was doing a training, and it was actually on business development. And I was actually training Muslim men on one side and women on the other. And after the class, they came up to me and they said, "Can you train us on personal development?" And I said, "I don't know." Right? I was like, "I'm training business." And then so they said, "No, we really want you to train us, Miss Wendy." And so that night I actually did a training with them on personal development. And what came out of that is that they lacked confidence.
That's right.
And so it really wasn't about the glamour and the glitz. It's just about, they actually wanted someone to talk to them about how do they build confidence in their culture, and also be mindful of their culture. And because I respected their culture and they trusted me. So when you had the experience in London, what happened was they were trying to build trust, and then they'll open up to you.
That's right.
And so that's what that was about. So what I did was I actually did a class with the women that night. And we talked about confidence and self-esteem. And even though, most of them have to actually wear the burqa to cover their face, that you can still be confident.
What is that? You said
the burqa is where you, my phone's on here, where you actually cover up your face, so their eyes are just showing. So it's not the hijab. It's the burqa where you cover your face and your eyes are just showing. So even though they have to do that, they can still be confident. And so up under there, you'll find that they have makeup on, and they're glamorous, like they're so beautiful. And so we just talked about that. Even you shouldn't let a burqa stop you from having confidence.
So how do one gain confidence?
You have to believe in yourself, and you have to love yourself. I think a lot of times we don't love ourselves enough, and then we go into a state of depression, or people have told us that we can't do something, and then we have actually believed that instead of believe that we are confident women, we know our worth, and that we just have to believe in ourselves.
So if we have to give them some tips on some of the things that they could do to actually help them to gain confidence, what are the tips that we can give them right now?
Number one, love yourself.
I think everything is hinging upon that.
I do.
Everything just hangs on that.
You have to love yourself, 100%. You have to love yourself and know your worth.
That's right.
A lot of times I run into women and they don't know their worth. And even in the Muslim culture, when I actually talk to women one-on-one, they don't know their worth. No one's ever talked to them or said that, oh, you're beautiful, that you're worthy, and that you can do different things. They've never heard that before. So my journey now is actually when I go over there to find a way to actually build, just have a platform where Muslim women can come talk and be freely, and there's no judgment. Nice? Yes, and no judgment at all, and just be able to talk about their experiences, because they actually they love American women. I learned a lot. Yes.
On the news and everything, you keep hearing all this Muslim nonsense, but the way they warmed up to me was just incredible. It was just incredible. In fact, half of the class was done just talking about personal growth, because we talked about I remember asking a question about people knowing what their purpose was, and one young girl got up and was talking about how she wanted to have 4 or 5 children and then have a husband. And everybody else was looking at her like, what is she talking about?
Right.
That's what you think you are raised for? This is what you thought you were born for, just to come and have children? Is that what? And so when I decided to now describe legacy for her, she changed. After I defined I said, let me talk to you a little bit about legacy. And when I told her legacy, she said, okay, I know my purpose then. And she said something else.
Wow. And no one's ever said that to
No,
me before.
no.
And so that's why I think it's important that we actually go outside of America.
That's right.
And that we share our journey and our experiences with others, because they welcome us. They want us to learn about their culture, know about their culture. It's just that we are fearful of taking that step because of what we hear on the media and what the media is saying.
Wow, that's something. Well, confidence is something that, can it be taught? I'm kind of thinking, can you teach somebody confidence?
I think you have to believe
Or
in
is it
yourself.
innate?
It's in them. I think you have to pull it out of them.
Oh, okay, good.
I think you have to pull it out of them, because think about it. So if you're in a situation where someone has been saying, you know what, you're just you can't be anybody, you're nothing, and they've always told you that, then you have to have someone that's going to push you to believe and know your worth, that you do to believe yourself.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? That's a good thing that's very good to say. Now, let's talk a little bit more about confidence as we wrap up, because we're about to wrap up this segment. Have you ever found yourself in a position where you said, oh my God, I don't think I have the confidence to pull this off?
Oh gosh, yes.
Can you give us an example?
Oh, would you like to know one right now that just came up?
Yes.
Well, there's actually...
that just came up.
Yes, of course. It's the country, it's a new country, and it's actually called Russia.
Oh my goodness.
And so, yes, I am. I had some doubts, and you would think after 12 years of working in the Middle East, like, what would she have to yes? But you know what? I had to actually just say to myself, you know, I have the confidence. It's there. I just have to pull it out. It's something new. It's uncomfortable.
That's right.
And I have to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
That's right.
That's part of growth. So yes, so now I have the confidence, and I'm ready to take this new journey. I'm so excited.
Wow. Well, we're going to be telling folks about that shortly.
Yes, I'm excited.
Sometime soon.
I'm excited.
So thank you all so much for,
thank you for
being
having
a part. Thank you for being a part of this show. Well, thank you all so much for being a part of this show. You heard it. Confidence is in it. It's something that's inside of you, and you have to pull it out. Until next time, be inspired, be motivated, be of sentimental value, be the hero in your own success, rescue and recovery, and remember, you are the hero in your life story. So write it brilliantly. It's bye for now.